Hello and welcome to another optics trade review where we're going to be talking about a highly anticipated Holosun red dot sight model 507K designed for pistols. Before we open the box and take a look inside, let's say a few words about Holosun. They've been around since 2013 but have experience with manufacturing red dot sights from before. In their offer you can find red dot sights, green dot sights, gold dot sights, lasers, and also magnifiers. And all their devices are known for a great price to performance ratio and for many innovative solutions that they offer, such as titanium housings, switchable reticles, solar cells on the housing, and so on. All of these listed features make them really competitive in the red dot sight market, and they can easily compete against Japanese and European made red dot sights. And as such, they break the stereotype that all Chinese products are of low quality. Definitely not Holosun, who has become one of the major players in the red dot sight industry. Now let's take a look what's in the box. This red dot sight is from the Reflex series, which is among the more popular. The other being the Parallel, and these two series are definitely the most popular from Holosun. And this is the Sub-Series K, which was introduced at this year's SHOT Show, so in 2020. And since SHOT Show, we've received many questions about the properties of this sight, and I hope that this review will help answer most of them. So if we start with the physical properties, this sight is around 40 millimeters long, around 23 millimeters wide, and 24 millimeters high here at the frame. And at 28 grams, it is twice as heavy as, for example, Shield SMS. This form factor is perfect for a pistol. It has quite a thick frame around it, which some people may not like. It is around 2 millimeters if we measure it. But Holosun red dot sights are known for their robustness, and this frame here definitely helps. It makes it built like a tank, so it's also a positive thing. The housing is made of CNC milled 7075 aluminum alloy, and it is completely waterproof. These models, so the 507K models, come with big buttons for the regulation of the illumination intensity, and a combination of this compact chassis and big buttons is really great. The first open reflex sights introduced by Holosun had really small buttons which you had to use nails to press, but now that all of them have been upgraded with these big buttons, it's a really welcome upgrade, and I think that it was on point. If we take a look at the footprint, it is as Holosun promised, a modification of the Shield SMS and RMS footprints. Here I have an adapter which is made by Shield, and it's for their footprint, and if we put this side on, you can see that it fits perfectly, and you can use the same screws without problems, so it works. But how is this footprint different from the Shield one? So there are two differences, and let's start with the similarities. This dimensions and distances between the sockets and the holes are the same, but here in the back the two holes are missing, and these sockets here are shallower than the ones found on the Shield footprint. If we take 6-hour 365 XL, so a pistol, which is optic ready for Shield RMSC, that one doesn't come with rear recoil locks, so this sight will fit perfectly. Some other pistols, such as Hellcat and Walther PPS, will have to be slightly modified for this sight to fit. Namely, the rear indexing lugs have to be removed, and the front indexing lugs have to be slightly shortened in height. And once such pistols are modified for the 407 and 507K footprint, and Holosun promises that it's not a difficult procedure, you'll still be able to use RMSC or any other sight that uses the standard Shield footprint. This sight here is designed for a low profile use. The bottom part of the lens sits just slightly above the upper part of the pistol. The dimensions of the window are 20 by 15 millimeters. And as you can see in the box, a Picatinny adapter is not supplied, which further suggests that this sight is meant for pistols, not for rifles. The elevation and windage adjustment screws are located here. So this one is for elevation and this one for windage adjustments. You rotate the screws with the help of this special tool that you get in the box. So no additional tools are needed, such as scales or anything, since as you can probably hear, these produce audible tactile clicks. And one click equals 1 MOA, which is around 1.5 centimeters at 50 meters. And the direction of the movement of the point of impact is listed here next to the screws. Even though this sight is really compact and small, Holosun managed to squeeze the battery compartment to the side. And naturally, since this is a really small sight, there is not enough space for the CR2032 battery standard, which means that Holosun had to come up with an alternative, and they used the 1632 battery standard, so it uses a smaller battery. Accessing the compartment is simple. You again need a tool to unscrew the screw here and then pry open the tray with the same part of this tool. If the battery dies, you won't have to remove the sight from the firearm. You won't have to re-zero it consequently, because you will simply leave it on and then just remove the tray and replace the battery. It does save a lot of time. And on a single battery you can expect 50,000 hours of battery life. That is at the mid setting for the dot reticle. Now the rear part is of a very distinctive shape, as you can see, and as this sight is specifically designed for a pistol, the rear part acts as a rear sight when mounted. When mounting this sight on a pistol, well, not this one, when you mount many other sights on a pistol, a rear sight is often lost, and if the battery dies, you have no backup. But this isn't the case with the 507K made by Holosun. Here, if the battery fails, you'll still be able to shoot, since the co-witnessing capabilities aren't lost when you mount it on the pistol. But this is only in rare cases, since you will have 50,000 hours at mid setting, which is really a lot. Now, one of the most common questions is from our customers has to do with the differences between the 507 and the 407 model. Well, basically the 407 has a 6 MOA dot reticle, and it's, I think, now the only Holosun red dot sight in 2020 that doesn't come with a 2 MOA dot, but a 6 MOA dot instead. So it's great for quick target acquisition, especially when shooting at really short distances. The 507 has a switchable reticle. It has a 2 MOA reticle by standard, then you can switch it to a 2 MOA dot with a 35 MOA circle and circle only. The reticle can be clearly seen. I will show it better at the end of this review. I will show all the illumination levels and so on. But it doesn't produce any star effect for me. I myself don't have astigmatism, so for people with astigmatism or the ones that have problems perceiving the red color, that might be a little bit different. For now, only the red illumination is available, but I'm sure that this will change as Holosun always later introduces green and now even gold dot sights. 2 MOA dot is great if you're looking for more precision when shooting with a pistol, but for faster target acquisition, I think that activating the circle dot is the better option. As I said, together there are 12 illumination intensity levels, regulated with the help of these two buttons. The lowest two are night vision compatible, and the highest setting, the dot can be used in strong daytime brightness. It comes with Holosun's trademark shake-awake function, meaning that if you leave this dot stationary like so, it will power off after a while to preserve battery life, and then when you lift it back, you'll be ready for shoot immediately, as the illumination will power back on in an instant. You can set the timer to 10 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hour, or you can also disable the function if you don't want it. Another interesting feature that I found really useful is the lock mode. So you can lock the current illumination intensity level by holding the plus button for 3 seconds. So I don't know, if you're out shooting and you have a preference for a specific level, you simply lock it there, and then if you accidentally bump the sight somewhere and press the buttons by mistake, the intensity level will not change unless you hold the plus button for 3 seconds again to unlock it. You turn off the sight by pressing both buttons at the same time, and then you just press either one of the buttons to turn it back on again. It features a 1x magnification, so you can use it with both eyes open. Some blue tint can be observed, especially when aimed towards a white background, but nothing too disturbing. Other than that, this is a great compact red dot sight with a lot of levels of illumination. The warranty is 5 years on the material, 3 years on the electronics, and price is around 350 euros, which makes it around 80 euros more expensive than 407K. What else does come in the box? So, okay, I've already shown you the sight, I already showed you the special tools. Then you have here 2 sets of screws, a lens cloth, and here a user manual. So here Holosun answers one of the most frequently asked questions, so as to why my lens is tilted. Here they explain that the lens has to be tilted in order for the beam projected by the diode to reflect into the user's eye regardless of its position in front of the lens. Okay, so this is basically everything that comes in the box. The box is great for transportation of the device. It has a foam inside for protection, so you can, if you don't have it mounted on your firearm, you can use this box for transport, which is very convenient. Okay, now that we're at the end of this review, let's take another look at some positive and negative features of this device. What I like is definitely the size and weight. I like that the battery tray is on the side, so you don't have to remove it from the firearm and re-zero it when you change the battery. I like that the adjustment screws click, so you don't need any additional tools such as a scale that comes with certain red dot sights. The fact that it has an integrated rear sight is nice, and I like the definition of the dot, 12 intensity levels, and of course the switchable reticle, which can come really in handy. Some features that are not really disadvantages, but maybe things that some people might not like is some people might think that the frame around the lens is too thick, 2 millimeters thick, so it takes away some field of view, but it also adds to the robustness, so that's not necessarily a disadvantage, as I already mentioned in the beginning. Then some blue tint, but nothing major. And the final fact is that, as this is not a shield footprint but a modification of it, some shooters might be skeptical about modifying their pistols to suit this sight. Even though it's a simple procedure, and once you modify it, you'll still be able to use the shield, RMS, SMS, and every sight that uses the same footprint. Now, to end this, so this is definitely an innovative red dot sight, a form factor that we haven't seen before. It is small, compact, light, low profile design, big buttons, so many great features. And if you shoot a pistol, you definitely should give this one a try. You shouldn't overlook it. Thank you very much for watching. If you found it useful, leave a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comment section below or send us an email. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you next time. Goodbye.